Welcome to another Azure Guide video for Terraform Associates. I am an Azure Administrator, Azure Security Engineer, an Azure Solutions Architect, and a Certified Kubernetes Application Developer. Terraform, Video 3, Part 2, Creating a VM. This video skill level is medium. In part 1, we define the provider as Azure, create the resources necessary for a VM, which are resource group, VNet, subnet, NIC, and the IP address. In part 2, and this video, we are going to create the VM resource, which would include the OS disk and the image. To follow along, you must have created a folder named Video3, create a file named main.tf, and complete the steps that were shown in Video 3, Part 1. All right, let's get started. Okay, welcome to Part 2. If you missed Part 1 or you couldn't get your recipe to work, I do have a working copy of what we completed in part 1 on my GitHub site, which is github.com speedracer55. Then go to the Terraform, and if you go into video 3 part 1, here is the main TF file. So you can just click on the file, and I like to go to raw and paste it in. Alright, so now let's get started. What's left is to create the VM. So we know we want to create a resource, and that's basically all Terraform we know is the resource. So we're going to go with Control Spacebar. We got data, resource, there we go. And we want the resource for virtual machine, and we know that they all start with Azure RM underscore. Let's type a V for virtual machine, and there we go. But we learned in part 1 we don't want virtual machine, we want the Windows virtual machine. So virtual machine. With our luck, it won't show up in our drop down, and it does not. It's a little disappointing. But we know that's what we want, so we want AZU. Well, let's do this. Virtual. Hold on. We want Azure RM. Windows. Control Spacebar. There we go. Windows Virtual Machine. And we'll give this a name of Video 3-art-VM. Well, what do we need for a VM? Well, let's scroll down our list and see what's required. Admin passwords required. Let's skip that one for now. We'll use it, password. And I'm going to use a password of, say, it's going to show up in clear text. So I'm going to leave that one for last. And then we need admin username. Let's you say Coke can. Actually, for password, I think we can use, I guess this will be gone by the time you watch this, ABC 1, 2, 3, 4 exclamation point. Let's see if that's going to be hard enough for Azure. And let's see for what else we need for required. Location. And for that, we'll use resource group video 3 RG location. And probably need resource group, right? So I'll type an R, and that's required. And we'll do the same thing here. But we'll say a resource group. We'll say name. Very good. Take a drink of my coffee here. It's not really coffee. It's a cafe, can't say the word, macchiato caramel. Quite tasty. Alright, nothing like something to drink on a cold day. It's 20 degrees Celsius, Fahrenheit out my window. Alright, what else do we need? I'm going to go, I know we need to define the size. And let's go with, can I do a space bar? Nope, well, doesn't get size. This, unfortunately, you have to know certain sizes available in Azure. I know one is standard. F2. I'm not going to leave it up for long, so I really don't care what the price is. And we need to do network interface IDs for the NIC card. And I'm going to hit string here. It has to be in brackets. I'm going to hit enter here. I hit spacebar. I really don't get what I want. I want AZURM, AZURERM, network. I'm going to hit spacebar. Network interface is what I want. And what interface do I want? Well, I made in part 1 right here. I want the video 3 NIC. So Control Z, Control V, and I want the ID. And I don't want this to be in quotes. There we go. I'm going to hit save. Okay, looking pretty good. Let's compare what we have here to our example up on the Terraform site that we looked at in part 1. Right here. I'm going to try to make this so we can see both at the same time. And you can see we got password. Excellent. You know, I'm just going to use the values they have here, because I know they are will meet the security requirements. Well, you would think they would, right? Control V, and the password is here. And of course, it's not a good idea. Whoops, I got it backwards. No, I got it right. To have these in clear sight, we will learn in future videos, or in a future video, how to do this better. There's an easy, really easy way, then there's the more difficult way. Looks like they have a comma. Well, I'm not going to argue. I'll put a comma there. And they got resource group name. Okay, they got location, which is excellent. They got the resource group name, size, network ID. There we go. So all we have to do now is the OS disk and the source image info reference. So what I'm going to do is close that, and let's do OS disk. See if we get spacebar. Can we do anything? No. If we do OS There we go. OS disk, good. And OS disk, we hit that. Caching required. Excellent. And it's not going to give us what our values are, I don't think. So for that, we'll refer to here, and it's read writes. Again, I could just copy and paste. I'm just trying to get you to learn how to use Visual Code and all the context that's to help. Believe me, it's going to be great to know. I think you learn a little better. I'm sure everyone knows how to copy and paste, so you're learning a little better, I think, this way. Control space bar. What else do we need? Anything else required? Let's see. Disk size, name, storage account type is required. There we go. And for that, I remember from looking at it, it is standard LRS. All right, that's good. We also need a source image reference. There we go. Control space bar, offer. That is required. It is Windows Server, all one word. Next, publisher is required, and that is Micro, M-I-C-R-O, Microsoft Windows Server. Notice it's Windows, small s and big S. I'm going to scroll up a little bit. All right, space bar. Let's see what else we require. SKU. And that's going to be, let's go 2019 Data Center. And version. LAT, latest. All right, now I just sip on my coffee here. No problems, that's good. I'm going to save. And I'm going to cheat a little, just compare, make sure I got everything. OS disk, caching, standard LRS, Microsoft, offer Microsoft Windows Server. Microsoft Windows Server. I got 2019. They have 2016. It should be okay. And latest. All right. I feel pretty good about this, meaning that I think it's going to work. All right. So let's do a Azure. Let's do a Terraform plan. I don't think we need to do a init. It'll tell us. Oh, we got an error. Which is always, it's kind of good. It helps you start troubleshooting. Line 47. Video 3-VM resource argument name is required. Yeah, how did we miss that? Huh. But I agree, name would have to be there. And we'll call it Video 3VM. Again, we'll save. We'll do another plan. Excellent. And we'll do an apply. Just to make sure it works. I'll just let you know that if you're having trouble getting this or you don't want to bother typing, if you go to my GitHub, they'll have a finished copy. So the way it works is, generally speaking, the way it works is the previous video will be the finished product every time I video. So if you want to begin, say, video 7 and its continuation from video 6, you'd get the work completed in video 6, not from video 7, because video 7 would be the finished product, not the beginning of the product. So like today, you could have went to part 1 and everything here, except for the VM, the what we did in this video would have been already done for you. So if you go to video 3, part 2, you would have everything to date. In case you can't get to work or you want to compare, it's a pretty good way to do it. And it looks like we're going to be complete. And I know I mentioned in part 1 that maybe we'll do something with variables, but I'd rather do a whole video with variables and not mix it up into this one. So I think I'm going to keep this one at a short 8 minutes, or probably 9 minutes by the time we're done here. But short and sweet. I'll work on that variable one. And basically what we're going to do in the next video is, we got a lot of stuff hard-coded, like names hard-coded, so we want to change the, well, that's not a good example. But, we want to change these to variables, so in case we wanted to go rename the VNet, we don't have to go into the code. We'll go to a variable to change it. So we'll look at that in the next video. So thanks for watching here. And we did a little variable changing in, I think, in part 2. But we'll just do it, and we'll just do it again. Nothing like repetition, in case you missed it. But I'm sure this is going to finish. So thanks for watching. And of course, once this is done, go ahead and do a destroy. And you can see it takes a while to create a VM, doesn't it? A minute, 50 seconds. But anyway, thanks for watching.